Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Guys, today we are going to discuss the second chapter of the book 1 of High School English Grammar by Wren and Martin. The second chapter deals with the subject and the predicate. Whenever we produce a sentence, first of all, we name a person and then we say something about that person. But we do not always talk about persons. Sometimes we want to talk about things. In that case, first of all, we name a thing and then we say something about that thing. That thing or the person is called the subject of the sentence. And what is said about that person or a thing is the predicate. Subject usually comes first and the predicate follows it. But occasionally, predicate precedes the subject. Like, here comes the bus. The bus is the thing about which here comes says something. The bus is the subject. Here comes is the predicate. Similarly, sweet are the uses of adversity. The speaker has first named a thing, the uses of adversity, and then he said something about the uses of adversity. That is, sweet are. The uses of adversity is the subject, and sweet are is the predicate. Now, subject and predicate also exist in imperative sentences like sit down, but we see that there is no subject here. Actually, the subject has been left out. Since it is understood that you is the subject, that is why subject has been left out. And similarly, thank him, which is a command, the subject is missing. Actually, subject is understood and it has been left out. You thank. And now exercise in grammar 1. In the following sentences, separate the subject and the predicate. The cackling of the geese saved Rome, statement number 1. The speaker has first named a thing in this sentence, and that thing is cackling of the geese. So it is the subject. And then the speaker said something about the cackling of the geese. And what he said is indicated by saved Rome. So saved Rome is the predicate of this sentence. Statement number 2. The boy stood on the burning deck. The speaker has first named a person, the boy. And then he said something about the boy. What he said about the boy is indicated by stood on the burning deck. So stood on the burning deck is the predicate, the boy is the subject. Statement number 3. Tubal Cain was a man of might. Speaker has first named a person, Tubal Cain. Tubal Cain is the subject by definition. And then speaker said something about the subject. And what speaker said is indicated by was a man of might. Was a man of might is the predicate. Stone walls do not make a prison. Speaker first named a thing, stone walls. Then he said something about stone walls. What he said is being indicated by do not make a prison. Do not make a prison is the predicate, while stone walls is the subject. Statement number 5. The singing of the birds delights us. Speaker has first named a thing. The singing of the birds. After naming a thing, the speaker or the writer has said something about the subject, and that is being indicated by delights us. So, guys, delights us is the predicate, while the singing of the birds is the subject. Statement number 6. Miss Kitty was rude at the table one day. Speaker has first named a person, Miss Kitty, so it is the subject. Then he said something about the subject, and that is being indicated by was rude at the table one day. So, was rude at the table one day is the predicate, Miss Kitty is the subject. He has a good memory. Speaker has again named a person, he, so it is the subject. And then he said something about the subject. What he said is being indicated by has a good memory. So, has a good memory is the predicate, he is the subject. Statement number 8. Bad habits grow unconsciously. First, a thing has been named, bad habits. Then speaker said something about bad habits, and that is being indicated by unconscious, grow unconsciously. So, guys, grow unconsciously is the predicate, and bad habits is the subject. Statement number 9. The earth revolves round the sun. The speaker has first named a thing, the earth, so it is a sentence. Then he said something about the earth, the subject, revolves round the sun. So, revolves round the sun is the predicate, the earth is the subject. Nature is the best physician. First, a thing has been named by nature, so nature is the subject, and then something is being said about the nature, and that is indicated by is the best physician. So, is the best physician is the predicate, nature is the subject. 11. Edison invented the phonograph. Phonograph is a record player. Speaker has first named a person, Edison. So, Edison is the subject. Then he said something about Edison invented the phonograph. Invented the phonograph is our predicate. The sea hath many thousand sands. First, a thing has been named, the sea, so it is the subject. And then something is said about the subject, hath many thousand sands. So hath many thousand sands is the predicate. The sea is the subject. Week 13. We cannot pump the ocean dry. First, a person has been named. We. Then something has been said about the person. Cannot pump the ocean dry. So cannot pump the ocean dry is the predicate. We is the subject. Statement number 14. Borrowed garments never fit well. First, a thing has been named. Borrowed garments. Then something has been said about the borrowed garments, and which is indicated by never fit well. So never fit well is the predicate. Borrowed garments is the subject. The early bird catches the worm. Now a thing has been named first of all. The early bird. And then something has been said about the early bird. Catches the worm. So catches the worm is the predicate. The early bird is the subject. All matter is indestructible. First a thing has been named. All matter. Then something has been said about all matter is indestructible. So is indestructible is the predicate. All matter is the subject. 17. Islamabad is the capital of Pakistan. First, a thing has been named. Islamabad. So Islamabad is the subject. Americans pronounce this word as Islamabad. So Islamabad is the capital of Pakistan. Is the capital of Pakistan is the predicate, while Islamabad or Islamabad is the subject. We should profit by experience. We is naming persons, people. So we is the subject, and something is being said about this subject, which is indicated by should profit by experience. So should profit by experience is the predicate, while we is the subject. All roads lead to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. First of all, a thing has been named. All roads. And then something has been said about all roads, and which is being indicated by lead to Rome. So lead to Rome is the predicate. All right. All roads is the subject. 20. A guilty conscience needs no excuse. First of all, the speaker has named a thing. What is that thing? A guilty conscience. Then speaker has said something about a guilty conscience. What he said is being indicated by needs no excuse. So needs no excuse is the predicate. A guilty conscience is the subject. 21. The beautiful rainbow soon faded away. Speaker first named a thing, a beautiful rainbow. Then he said something about a beautiful rainbow. Soon faded away. Soon faded away is the predicate. The beautiful rainbow is the subject. 22. Though no man can serve two masters. First, a person has been named. These are the two words, no man, that are naming a person. So, no man is the subject, can serve two masters. This part of the sentence is saying something about no man. So, it is the predicate. No man is the subject. A sick room should be well aired. First, a thing has been named by a sick room. So, a sick room is the subject of the sentence. While should be well aired, this part of the sentence is talking about a sick room. So, should be well aired is the predicate. A sick room is the subject. Statement 24. The dewdrops glitter in the sunshine. First, an entity or a thing has been named, the dewdrops, and then something has been said about the dewdrops, and that is being indicated by glitter in the sunshine. So, glitter in the sunshine is the predicate, dewdrops is the subject. Statement 25. I shot an arrow into the air. First of all, the speaker has named a person, and that person is being indicated by I. While shot an arrow into the air, this part of the sentence is talking about describing or telling us something about I. So, shot an arrow into the air is the predicate, I is the subject. 26. A barking sound the shepherd hears. A barking down sound the shepherd hears. This sentence appears to be confusing, and learners might find it difficult to identify the subject or the predicate. For your convenience, I am going to rephrase the statement without changing the meaning. The shepherd hears the barking sound. Now, I've rephrased statement number 26 without a damage to the meaning. In this statement, the shepherd is a person. The shepherd indicates a person. So, the shepherd is the subject and hears the barking sound. Hears the barking sound. This part of the sentence is saying something about the shepherd. So, the shepherd is the subject. Hears the barking sound is the predicate. In this statement, the shepherd, sorry, the shepherd is the subject, whereas a barking sound along with hears is the predicate. Similarly, statement number 27 is also confusing, and learners might find it hard to identify the subject and the predicate. So, for your convenience, I am going to rephrase the statement without causing any damage to the meaning. A hermit lives on the top of the hill. Sentence has been rephrased. Now, the speaker has first named a person, a hermit. Then he said something about a hermit. A hermit is the subject, while lives on the top of the hill is the predicate. So, our original statement, a hermit is the subject, a hermit is the subject, whereas on the top of the hill lives This part of the sentence is the predicate. So, guys, I hope you guys have understood the concept of a subject and predicate. Allah Hafiz.